Patty, can you believe it? I mean, this is what the average American's plastic collection looks like, and it's crazy for a couple reasons. First of all, with this many credit cards, nobody, no matter how hard you try, can keep track of what you're spending. But the even bigger reason not to do it is if you're only making the minimum monthly payment on your credit cards, you have effectively doubled the purchase price of whatever it is you charge to your card. Credit cards are not free money, right? So you've got your primary, you've got your backup. The best thing you can possibly do is pick up a piece of scissors and these extra credit cards and start snipping away, literally, just like you might do pictures of that boyfriend that got away. It's a very cleansing process.
People have unrealistic expectations about how far their money's going to go. Tell us about that.
It's so true, Jerry. So I think the root problem here is most Americans, to be honest, don't have a solid grasp of the basics of personal finance. And it's not to fault Americans. Unfortunately, we are in a society where personal finance, like parenting, is one of those things we're expected to pick up as we go along. But unlike parenting, we don't have widespread societal support for admitting any degree of lack of understanding or disease with the subject.
Manisha Thakor's dream is to see women all around the globe stand on their own 2 feet, financially speaking. After 15 years in the financial services industry as an analyst, portfolio manager, and client relations executive, Manisha left to pursue her true passion of inspiring people, and especially women, to master their money. She's co-author of On My Own 2 Feet, a modern girl's guide to personal finance, and Get Financially Naked, how to talk money with your honey.
Thakor and Chris and John, who've been a little at odds for quite a long time. It's money issues, or we thought it was money issues. We're discovering it's really emotional issues. Each of them not feeling really validated and a little frustrated in their roles. And she's the co-author of Get Financially Naked, which I think is a very clever little cover there. All right, so Manisha, why is money in general so hard for couples to come to some sort of valid compromise on?
Rachel, this question is huge. I'm reminded of Lance Armstrong, who says it's not about the bike, or Janine Roth, a noted eating disorders expert, who says it's not about the food. When I listen to Dawn and Chris, it's not about the money.
It's not about the money, is it?
It's not. No. It's not. It's about the emotions, the financial emotions you're experiencing. And also what I sense is that you're not understanding the financial roles that each of you are playing that are equally as important to your household. That's what just jumps out front and center to me as I watch that footage.
Yeah. And I feel that they both feel this tremendous pressure. He's working hard, doing everything he can. He's like, listen, it's not me. It's just is what it is. This is what we have, and that's that. And for her, she's like, you really don't get it. You don't know what things cost. And why should I have to ask you because I need a haircut, for God's sake?
That's exactly it. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, okay, put myself in Chris's shoes, and he's thinking, I'm working my butt off to provide for this family of 5, and I'm doing a darn good job of it, and you are. And then I'm thinking of putting myself, Dawn, in your shoes, and you are making that household run like clockwork for a family of 5. And the fact that you can grocery shop for a family of 5 on $100
I know. I was like, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Manisha's financial literacy advocacy work has been featured in national publications such as the New York Times, the Boston Globe, Business Week, U.S. News and World Report, Forbes, Smart Money, Black Enterprise, Glamour, Cosmopolitan, Real Simple, Bust, and Women's Day. Her national TV appearances on the subject of women and financial independence include CNN's Your Bottom Line, CNBC's Power Lunch, NBC Nightly News, PBS's Nightly Business Report, ABC's Good Money, HGTV's Home Rules, and The Rachel Ray Show.
It's Valentine's Day and love is in the air, but are you dating a deadbeat? For some signs that you want to look for, Manisha Thakor is with us. Manisha, so good to see you. She's co-author of On My Own 2 Feet. She's joining us now. And you say the guy should or lady should own their own car.
Yeah, you know, one of my favorite phrases, if your sweetie is leasing a car, that is a classic red flag. Dave Ramsey says it best. He says it shouldn't be called leasing, it should be called fleecing. There's a reason you're getting more car for your money, and it's not because you're on the winning side of the deal. Again, it's probably because you're living beyond your means.
Well, of course, LA, everybody has a nice car and they live in cracker box apartments, so maybe not out there. But the next sign, Manisha, I'm looking at the list, is a big apartment, big house, no furniture.
It's incredible. I can't tell you how many people are house poor. We have a phrase for it out here in Texas. We call it big hat, no cattle. It could be that your sweetie is waiting for his or her inner design sensibility to come out. It could be that your sweetie's out of cash.
Avoiding phone calls is always a bad sign because it's either the mother, another girlfriend, or you say...
Bill collectors wanting to know where that car payment is, the house payment. It's a good warning sign. Watch that cell phone.
You say no BLTs. What does that mean?
Right. So, you know, when you think about saving money, the first thing that comes to mind is, oh, let me look at my mortgage. Let me look at my car or my insurance.
Yeah, but those are like fixed costs.
Yeah, those. So this is my suggestion. If you go to Weight Watchers, what they tell you is, if you're not losing weight, watch out for the BLTs, and they don't mean the sandwich.
Okay.
They mean bites, licks, and tastes. The stuff that kind of creeps in during the day. Same thing with your money. So if you can't save, write down on a piece of paper for 1 month everything you spend money on. At the end of the month, take out that pen and start looking for the things that you can cut back on, things that maybe don't give you pleasure, gym membership that you don't use, groceries that are making you fat, eating out with people you don't like. Voila, you've saved money.
Manisha has a gift for speaking to her audience about money in a simple, straightforward, and compassionate manner. Manisha takes on the stodgy subject of finance and dishes out her advice in the form of memorable money mantras that anyone can relate to. Her heartfelt, witty guidance causes the same old lessons to become one with people's minds and inspires them to not just know, but to actually act on the key personal financial basics. Susan Barnett, producer and host of NPR's 51%, The Women's Perspective, says it best. Manisha is that precious rarity in any field, an expert who can explain things in a way that makes sense to the rest of us. Her contributions to my nationally syndicated radio program offer insight and advice with a welcome, gentle tone in an economic world gone crazy. Highly, highly recommended. Manisha is the girl next door who just happens to know the difference between a stock and a bond and a 30-year fixed rate versus an option R mortgage. She earned her MBA at Harvard Business School and built a $6 billion separately managed account business before leaving corporate America to pursue her dream of helping women around the globe learn to live their lives from a position of financial strength. After hearing Manisha speak, audiences are energized and inspired to act on her mantra of own your finances, own your life.
Manisha, I'll start with you. And, you know, women do have to face some rather stark realities. Many of them will outlive their spouses, and so they do have to have special consideration when it comes to their financial planning. And they need to do some financial planning, correct?
So it's so true. So us modern women, we know that a man is not a financial plan intellectually, but here's the empirical reason. 80% of us ladies will die single. 80% of men die married. So we're the ones left holding the bag at the end of the day. That's why it's extra important for us to have a financial plan.
That if you do 3 simple things, save, invest, and protect, you literally can put yourself on the path to financial nirvana and avoid becoming one of those statistics. And the good news is it's never too late to start. Earlier is better, but you know, every one of us in this room, odds are, if we're in the room right now, there are pretty decent statistical studies showing that we could live well into our 90s. And so while the things that I'm talking about are most powerful when applied in your 20s and 30s, at any age you can jump on and start these steps.